I have seen a lot of people talk about how they would learn to code if they were starting all over again. And they propose the same old-fashioned way of learning to code, starting with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But the problem with that is, in today's day and age of AI and all the advanced technologies, learning just JavaScript with some sort of frameworks is not enough anymore. Sure, some got lucky and landed a job quickly just by learning these basics, but that's not a reality anymore. The field of software engineering is a lot competitive today, and it's really tough. If you want to succeed, you have to stand out and differentiate yourself from the crowd. In this video, I want to talk about a way to learn to code that would put you in the top 10% of developers, and you would never worry an AI replacing you or even about finding a job. This method is also used by one of the best coding schools in the world, and you can apply whether you are just starting to learn to code or you have a little bit of coding knowledge. But here is the thing though, this roadmap is extremely challenging. However, if you stick to it, you won't regret. Instead of starting learning to code with the usual web stuff, I recommend starting your journey with low-level programming language like C or Go. By learning those languages, you can gain a deeper understanding of how computers work, including hardware interactions, memory management, allocating, deallocating it, handling pointers, and optimizing for space and speed, which are invaluable skills in many programming fields. Plus, you get to build fundamental data structures like linked lists, trees, hash tables from scratch. This fundamental knowledge will help you grasp a more complex concepts and become a better problem solver. The other huge benefit of learning these low-level languages is, in today's rapidly evolving tech landscape, learning low-level language provides several advantages that can set you apart from others who only focus on high-level stuff and make you less susceptible to AI-driven job displacement. Those who understand low-level languages are often the ones who build the fundamental systems and the tools that AI and other high-level applications rely on. By mastering these languages, you position yourself as a creator of technology rather than just a user, giving you a strategic advantage in the job market. Also, the tools and frameworks and libraries that used by the average developer are often built by the top 10% of developers. They are the architect behind the scenes, shaping the tech landscape and driving its advancement and influencing the industry trends by pushing the boundaries of what is possible with hardware and software. These languages are simple yet so powerful. With just a minimal knowledge, you can do so much with it. However, keep in mind, simple does not mean easy though. I'm currently a student at 42. The majority of time I code in C. The other times I code in JavaScript and TypeScript for my personal projects. When I switch back to the web stuff, they feel like toys compared to C, with the amount of abstractions and the helper functions that exist. The way 42 teaches people how to code is purely by building projects. You might have heard some people already saying this, but the best way to accelerate your learning is to just build projects. But the other thing the school does so well is, when you start, whether you have a prior programming knowledge or not, they make you reproduce all the language's native functions and prohibit you from using the pre-built ones. Imagine learning JavaScript by creating your own split or sort. You would learn so much about the language instead of someone who is just using it and doesn't know what's going on under the hood. Even if your goal is just to be a front-end developer, learning low-level languages can give you a significant edge. With a deeper understanding of how software interacts with a hardware, you can write more efficient and performant front-end code. You will have a better debugging skills and clear understanding of browser's internals, which can help you troubleshoot difficult issues more effectively. But you could ask, why learn these low-level languages if I can learn JavaScript with Next.js being for front-end and back-end, with Subbase or MongoDB for database, and get paid 6 figures? Yeah, you might get a job with just learning this, but let me tell you something, my friend. Things are changing, and unless you have been living under a rock, things are extremely different than pre-pandemic era. And as I said earlier, just learning JavaScript is not enough. You have to have a deeper knowledge about stuff if you want to get ahead. After you learn C or Go, learn a SQL database. The one that I recommend is Postgres. It is an open source and one of the most used databases out there. It's critical to understand database fundamentals before relying on done-for-you services like Subbase or PlantScale. Learning these would give you a huge advantage over someone who just done a JavaScript tutorials and built a couple of websites just like a tutorial showed them with some flashy, trendy technologies that a YouTuber made a video about just to get views. When I see some people's portfolios containing projects built with Next.js and MongoDB and Auth.js and start to looking for a job claiming to be a developer, I'm like, bro, you don't even know how to authenticate a user properly on your own. Look, this is not to bash folks. I personally did this mistake. That's why I'm making this video. Now let's say that you learned one of these low-level languages and a database. What is the next step? Well, it depends. If you picked Go, you are already well off on starting your career and picking some domain working on. You can be a back-end dev or cloud engineer or even a blockchain developer. Many possibilities there. You can't go wrong. If you start learning C, this is where things get a little tricky because you need to decide which route you want to pursue. But no matter what you choose, it will be a piece of cake compared to what you went through. C has a huge influence on all the modern languages. Whether you want to do data science, cybersecurity, web dev, or even AI, C will come in handy. As I said earlier, this stuff are tough to learn. To keep yourself motivated and reduce the risk of giving up, ask yourself, why do I want to learn to code? What motivates me, etc. Having a clear purpose will help you push through the harsh times and keep you on track with your learning journey. Whether it is building your own project or landing your dream job or simply understanding how things work at a fundamental level, having a goal will guide your learning and keep you focused. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.